Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIsland guy, and today we are starting our first, well, not our first, but we're continuing our OnAir adventures. We're back in the Caribbean now. North American tour is done, but unfortunately I was not able to hop into the Umbrella 110, which was the plan all this time, mainly because the way my OnAir is set up right now, I had actually rearranged the tree, and in the skill tree I meant, sorry, and then which gives you the ability to do different things on your company. And in my company, or in my skill tree, I did not choose the skills that allow me to purchase employees. So and I'm kind of mad now because I wasn't really thinking about it at the time, but I didn't realize that in OnAir, certain aircraft require you to have more than one pilot. So I just never checked for it. So when I went to get the Umbrella 110 and I was about to do a flight in it, the flight didn't allow me to. It didn't allow me to start the flight because I needed a co-pilot, but I only had one pilot at the company. So kind of forced to use the BN-2 for now. And we'll just have to fly this until we get the ability to purchase another, or get another co-pilot, get a new employee. So BN2 it is. All right, so we're in Nassau today, and we're heading over to Mayaguana. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And I didn't say May-Iguana like the lizard. I think that's how it's pronounced, Mayaguana, Bahamas, which is basically on the very east end of the chain of the Bahamas Islands. So this is actually a really long trip for an islander. Which is another reason why I didn't necessarily want to go to the islander, because it's not realistic to be doing an almost 2-hour flight in a plane that has no bathroom. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I mean, at the end of the day, I need to make money, so let's toss reality to the wind and let's do what we got to do. So let's hop in the plane right now. Unlike normally, I actually haven't started it at all, so we're going to go ahead and get all that done. I believe we've already started our tracking. Yes, we did. Oh, no, we haven't. Let's start it now. Cool. So, tracking is started. All right. So, let's get everything started up in the plane. Does not take long at all. Oops. Let's turn the battery on first. Nav lights. And I'll kind of go through what I normally do to get the plane started, which I'm pretty sure is wrong, but it's all right. So we've started the battery. We've got the nav lights on. Next thing I normally do is come over to our avionics, and let's switch on the avionics. Let's see. So we are gonna go to flight plan. What? Why isn't there a flight plan in here? That is weird. Okay. So I'll just do this quickly. It's only 3 waypoints in our flight plan. Well, our origin, destination, and then the waypoint. So we are in right now the lovely Bahamas, Nassau to be specific. I actually want to go to Freeport. I haven't been there yet, which is surprising because, it's Bahamas. Why would you not go to Freeport? Alright, so MYNN and our destination. Let me come back here. Is Mayaguana. All right, 292 nautical miles, and then in between, we are going to ZQA, which is, I believe, like a VOR maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I know it's a waypoint that's pretty common. Whenever I'm going to Nassau, it's normally in the flight plan somewhere. So yeah, it's a VOR. So enter. Cool. So that's it. And what I normally do is I'll come into Navigraph and whoops. We'll go to, oh, as I expected, Mayaguana does not have any published approaches. No surprises there. It's pretty much nobody on that island. I think I googled it and it's like the population is like 200 something. All right. Cool. So now that we have the our GPS programmed, honestly, it's pretty much just a straight shot down to the island. It's not really far at all. I mean, it's not anything complicated. We'll switch over to GPS, and then what I normally do is I will come over here. Our altitude today is 11,000, which is kind of nearing as high as I go in this plane. I'll maybe go up to 13,000, and that's it. Pretty much good to go. All right. So let's bring these up a little bit. Come up here, fuel pumps and fuel valves on, turn all the magnetos on, and then turn on our beacon, let them know that we are about to get started. Beacon is on, and we'll start the right engine.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
And let's go left engine. So we'll close the starter guard. We'll bring the RPMs up, and then we can go back into idle. If you leave the RPM controls like down to basically feathered, and you put it in idle, the plane's gonna cut out. Learn that the hard way. Okay. So, engine started. We could turn our generators on, something I also forget to do a lot. And then we will turn the taxi lights on. That's one flip up. And I believe we're pretty much good to go. So, here in Nassau, we are departing runway 14. Oh, sorry, runway 14, for those who want to sound bougie or correct. And runway 14 is unfortunately pretty much at the end of the runway. So we have a long taxi ahead of us. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So as far as I know, where we are here is an FBO at the airport. Now, I think if you watch that guy Stevo Knievel, I believe his name is, on YouTube, when he comes to Bahamas, he's normally here, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, but I'm pretty sure that's where he normally is. As I mentioned before as well, I mean, this is a third-party scenery that we're using here. That's why that actually showed up the way it did. So we're gonna cross the runway here and then make a left turn, and probably wouldn't even go all the way up the runway. We could probably just go halfway and then take off. I was testing out another one of the variants of this aircraft, and it's weird. The control is totally different. I could barely control the plane on the ground, which is odd. So I'm just using the stock version here right now. This has no particular livery on it. It's just here. Alright, so we're gonna turn left onto the runway here. I hate these vehicles on the runway, on the taxiways, man. Like, they're always just around and in the way. I'm gonna set our flaps for takeoff, which is I just did. Probably didn't hear it, but I did. Alright, and we are about halfway up the runway, which gives us about 5,000 feet to work with, which is way more than we need. BN-2 Islander is a short, or what they call STOL, a short takeoff and landing aircraft, so I do not need a lot of runway at all. Alright, we're gonna go landing lights on. I like to put the flashing landing lights on. There's nobody coming, so I just sit in the middle of the runway. So I realized apparently these are used for birds, to prevent bird strikes. I always wondered why they had the flashing ones. Alright. Set my altimeter. And we are good to go. Off into the blue yonder, my friends.
Airborne time log.
Pretty sure we didn't even need 1,000 feet for that. Alright, so as usual, I'm just gonna try and hand fly this guy for now. Just trying to pitch it out. Pretty much on the flight plan. Okay. So no need for turns or anything. So I'm just gonna sit back and just enjoy this view. And toss those flaps up. So as usual, Nassau is absolutely amazing, and you guys are gonna probably be tired of me saying this every video, but yeah, Mobo has made the scenery look absolutely awesome now. Like, I'm just amazed at how even the islands, which typically don't get that much love in simulators, even the islands look stunning. Like, I'd say comparing this to X-Plane, I never saw islands look this good on X-Plane, unless they were third-party scenery, and even then, it was just around the airports. So I think at this point I'm just gonna hand fly it all the way up to our cruising altitude. It's a straight flight. We don't need to go anywhere crazy. We're not doing any turns, anything like that. We're just literally flying straight towards the airport, and then we're just gonna do a visual approach when we're there. So while we're flying, I mean, let's take a quick look up of Mayaguana and let's see what that's all about, because I've never heard of Mayaguana at all. I know a good amount of people from the Bahamas, and I've heard them talk about a lot of places. Mayaguana was not one of them. So, let's just look at, just Googling here. Let's go to Bahamas.com. Bahamas.com has, if I'm gonna trust the source, might as well be the official website. So yeah, the saying it's basically more or less isolated and less developed than any other island in the Bahamas. As I mentioned, that census number said there was only 200 people, so that is very true. It's the ideal getaway for travelers seeking a secluded escape, whether it's footprint-free beach or a far-off fishing spot. The island is the perfect blend of solitude and charm. Cool. So, one of the places that I like to go to is TripAdvisor, because you kind of get real feedback about people's adventures. Now, whether they're good or bad, or, you know, I wouldn't say scripted, but, you know, whether they're real, or sorry, non-biased, that's what I'm looking for. So one person said, we traveled with friends who have been coming to Mayaguana to burn fish for 11 years. The Bay Cana beach resort was friendly and welcoming. Although not gourmet, the food was excellent, with some local specialties like conch salad. Gotta have conch salad in the Bahamas. Lobster and crackling conch. Shorty, Taru, Ellis, and Samantha, I guess they're people that work at the resort, were friendly and helpful. And she said, my husband is a bird watcher, and Shorty made sure we had access to different habitats. That's awesome, man. So somebody else said, Mayaguana, an island inhabited by maybe 200 people. The numbers decrease each year. It's quiet, untouched, unspoiled, and crazily beautiful. The seas are clear blue, the sand soft and white, and the people friendly and smiling. If you're looking for a place to really unplug and get away, this is it. If you're a fan of nature, this is it. Sunny skies during the day, a bed of stars at night. You can bird watch, burn fish, see the iguanas, kayak, or just explore the island. You might even just lay on the sand all day as the waves come crashing in. I love it so much. I moved here in January. Wow. So this person who wrote this review looks like they might be a local. When I say local, I mean somebody from one of the big islands. I think it's hard to trim this aircraft, man. Jeez. All right. So I'm just trying to lean out the mixture a little bit. Just to make sure we get optimal power from the engines for climb. So yeah, looks pretty interesting. I actually would love to kind of do something like that just to fish. I love fishing, and I don't do it very often. So it'll be cool to check out. Anything I don't like is it's just super secluded, super duper secluded. But I'm sure it's an awesome place to be. All right, folks. So this is going to be pretty much an extremely long, boring flight because it's just a straight shot down. And as I said, the flight time is almost 2 hours, I think. Hour 55 minutes. So, when I'm descending into Mayaguana, that's when I'll be back. And hopefully we got some beautiful vistas or something to see. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna enjoy the clouds, alright? Take care, everyone. Alright, and welcome back, everyone. It has been a long, almost 2 hours, heading toward our destination, Mayaguana. So we are about 50 nautical miles out from the airport, and we are descending right now. So what my plan is because there's no published approach for this airport, just going to descend to 1,500 feet, and we'll probably just do a flyover of the airport, just to kind of get an understanding for where it is so that we can line up properly. If I get down to below 2,000 feet and I see the airport, then there's a possibility that I may just kind of line up and go in for the landing. But we'll see how it goes. Like it shouldn't be overly difficult. Like we're moving slow enough that it'll be easy to quickly get configured, kind of lose speed and head in for the landing. But I just in case, that's the safe plan is just to do a flyover the airport, and then kind of turn downwind and then just do the base leg and come here for a landing. So we'll see how things go. Right now we are descending at about 1400 feet per minute. I didn't want to slowly descend down to the destination, so heading down to 1400. As you can see, we're just about to head below the lower layer of clouds. It's been pretty cool. We've been kind of flying between the upper layer and lower layer of clouds. Normally flying through clouds like this, I might want to turn on the de-icing, but I mean, we're in the Caribbean, so I doubt that's going to be an issue. But yeah, quickly heading towards 4,000 feet now. We already have our landing lights on as required. It's really a matter of just slowing down and landing. So this is Mayaguana, basically right in front of us. While we're flying over it now. As you can see, it's a fairly large island. I'm actually pretty impressed, but also trying to wonder where the 200 people that live here, or 200 people or less people that live here, like where are they located? Trying to get an outside view. Okay, see some buildings and stuff down below. Just like to get interesting angles for the thumbnails. Alright, so just by doing that, I can actually see the airport right in front of us. So what I'm going to do is disengage the autopilot. We're landing on runway 6, which is actually right to left. So I'm just going to turn out a little bit here. Increase my trim a little bit. And we're gonna go props full forward, engines full rich. And I'm basically gonna slow down so I can start dropping my my flaps. So flappers retract speed was like, oh, flap extension speed was 88 knots. Now way above that. But it should be good to turn in now for landing. I'm just gonna keep the nose up because I don't want to lose a lot of altitude while we're doing this. Alright, flaps are fully extended.
50 and 4 knots.
Thank you very much. All lined up, landing lights on, props full forward, engine fully rich, and altimeter set. Good to go for landing, folks. And surprisingly, it's a nice long runway here. I mean, not super long, but you know, I can land a jet here for 1 or 2. So I'm kind of doing about 80 knots on approach. No pappies either, so just trying to wing it. Over the threshold.
Landing time clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mayaguana. Now, if what I see here is correct, there is a big building here. I don't know if there's a big building. That's weird. Looks like a big unfinished building. In fact, I don't even know if this is the terminal, because we passed something else earlier on landing, so I think I'm going to turn back there. Yeah, I don't think this is the terminal. Your frame rate's suffering. There's nothing around here. So for OnAir, we're basically just carrying 2 passengers, a couple of surgeons, according to OnAir. So we're just dropping them off in this distant location to do what it is that surgeons do in Mayaguana, whether that's operate on people or maybe they're just coming here for vacation, who knows? Alright, yeah, it's a spot here. Click third party. The developer did this area too, which is good. Welcome to Mayaguana. Awesome. set the parking brake, and we can turn the pulse lights off. Didn't know they were still on. Strobes, oh, they're already off. Beacons off. And
engine off time log. Flight is finished.
awesome.
It has been monitored by OnAir.
All right. So that's pretty much it, folks. That was what felt like a long flight. This plane is not very fast, so everything just seems to take a little longer in here. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, definitely hope you guys enjoyed the flight. OnAir is back. Well, it was always there, but these are actually now recorded pretty much as you see them. I'm going to start pre-recording again just because it's a little less pressure on me, but yeah. I'm glad to be back on the OnAir grind. As I said, we're going to be flying throughout the Caribbean for the next little bit. Just until we reach level 5. Actually, let's take a quick look at OnAir. Just gonna open some doors, let the passengers out, and you can turn the battery off as well. There we go. Yeah. So we're all stopped letting people out here. Okay, so let's open up OnAir real quick. So I'm actually surprised to see this. Got 181 XP for this flight, including a 20% bonus. So yeah, we got comfort bonus, the safety bonus, because we got all our lights and whatnot on, and aircraft handling bonus. Guess, as you know, I'm a flyer, you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's awesome. So this is what what's this third job here? I think the third one is okay, that's the missions. I don't really do the missions in OnAir because I just think they're, well, it looks like you get a bunch of XP for them, but if you ask me, I don't like how they're just like back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Well, they can kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's possible to do everything in one go, but I don't know. I'd rather just kind of choose a job and go to the next one. But yeah, these will be easy ways to get XP and level up quickly, which is probably the whole point of them. But I'd rather do it the hard way. So yeah, let me show you something real quick. I'll show you what the issue was. If you come to aircraft and then their details. So here's the details of the actual BN-2 Islander, and I never noticed that there was this needs a co-pilot checkbox here. So I think for the Embraer 110, this checkbox is checked, and if you go to skills tree here in OnAir, I don't have this hiring agreement skill, so I can't hire people, basically. So now that's why I'm kind of stuck using the Islander for now, or like I could have kept using the King Air as well, but I just want to fly something different. But anyway, folks, that's pretty much it here for me. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go with these surgeons to enjoy Mayaguana, see what it's all about. It always sounds like I'm saying May-Iguana. But take care, everyone. I'll be back with a new video in the next few days. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share these videos and all that good stuff. I'm your boy FlyIsland Guy. I'll talk to you later. Stay safe and stay fly. Peace.